2021. Just to make you aware, today's meeting will be recorded. Can I also welcome any members of the public and press to today's meeting? Can I kindly ask you to observe the meeting only and not speak or participate? I would also like to welcome the members who are invited to attend today's meeting, including the Chair and Vice Chair of Education, Skills and Culture Scrutiny Committee, and the local members of Neath. Can I please remind you all to switch your phones to silent for the duration of this meeting? In addition, can I refer you to the protocol for remote meeting, which I have been previously circulated, namely, your microphone should be switched to mute unless you are speaking. Should you wish to ask a question or make a comment, can you please indicate either via the chat function or by raising your electronic hand via Teams. I will assume that you have all read the paperwork before us today, prior to the meeting. Please only use the chat function to indicate if you wish to speak as alternative to electronic hand function or to raise a technical issue. When asking a question, can you please indicate which page number you are referring to? The first item on the agenda is to do a roll call. I am Councillor Sheila Penry, the Chair, and I am present. I will now call on Chloe, the Democratic Service Officer, to take the roll call.
Thank you, Chair. Marcher is present. Councillor Robert Wood.
Present.
Sorry. Councillor Howard Aubrey.
Present.
Councillor Charlotte Galsworthy.
Present, Chloe, thank you.
Councillor Scott Jones. Councillor Scott Jones. I think he was in the meeting. I think he's on mute. Councillor Dennis Keogh. Councillor Adam McGrath.
Present, Chloe.
Councillor Chris Jones. No. Councillor Wyndham Griffiths.
Present, Chloe.
Councillor Roslyn Davis.
Present.
Councillor Joe Hale.
Present, Chloe.
Councillor Simon Noyle.
I'm here, thank you, Chloe.
Then we've got the invited members. Councillor Sonia Reynolds.
Present, Chloe.
Councillor Vivian Misen. Councillor Peter Rees.
Present, Chloe.
Thank you. Councillor Jamie Evans. Councillor John Warman. Councillor Sandra Miller.
Present, Chloe.
Councillor John Miller.
Present, Chloe.
Okay. Councillor Alan Lockyer.
Present, Chloe.
And Councillor Mark Prothero.
Present, thanks, Chloe.
And Cabinet members, Councillor Mike Harvey.
Present, Chloe.
And Councillor Net Wingrave.
Present, Chloe.
And then officers, Nicola Pierce.
Apologies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike Roberts.
Here.
Dave Griffiths. Dave Griffiths. No. And Nicola Heedon.
Present, Chloe.
Thank you, Chair. That's the roll call complete.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I wasn't on the roll call and I'm a member of Streetcare Committee.
Councillor Stephanie Lynch, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll add you now. Sorry.
No worries.
Yes, I think so, Chair.
Chair's on mute, Chloe.
How is it going like that all the time? Right.
Well, good morning, Chair. Sorry for my lateness.
I do apologise for that. I would like to announce for the information of the officer and the public that we have chosen to scrutinise agenda item 7 and 11 on the Cabinet Board agenda. I have got one urgent items, but the committee have decided they do not want to scrutinise the urgent item, that they approve for it to go to Cabinet. Can members please indicate whether they have any declaration of interest in relation to the item that we have chosen to scrutinise today? There is none. The minutes from the 21st of May 2021 are included on the agenda for approval. Does any member have any comments or any accuracy in the minutes? Councillor Griffiths, you've got your hand up.
Councillor Davis.
What's down now?
You're going to put a top on.
That's me. I've got my hand up, Chair.
Councillor Davis.
Yes, at page 9, the last paragraph regarding the Kilmaine Gwyn tip, I don't know why it's written down regarding a T Gwyn landslip. I mean, it's got nothing to do with the area, so I don't know how T Gwyn landslip was in the minutes.
Can I comment, Chair?
Yeah.
We've referred to it as the T Gwyn tip. It's historic in terms of the coal tip records.
Right.
So that's the reason that it's referred to within the document. Sorry for the confusion, Councillor Davis.
Happy on that, Councillor Davis?
Thank you.
Right. Can I please have a proposer and a seconder for these minutes?
I move, Chair.
Thank you.
I second, Chair.
Thank you ever so much for that. The next agenda item is to select appropriate items for Cabinet Board agenda for pre-decision scrutiny. We will now look at agenda item 7 on the Cabinet agenda, which is reported on the Streetscene Capital Funding 2021 to 22. Do the officer have anything to add? If not, we'll move straight to questions. Sir Roberts, do you want to come in on any?
Nothing to add other than to thank members for allocating this money in the first place in the Cabinet report earlier in the year, and I hope you find the proposals acceptable. I'm happy to take any questions, Chair.
Right. So we go straight to questions. Any questions from the members? Councillor Davis?
Yes, regarding the coloured surfacing and high friction surfacing, have locations already been identified?
Yes, Ian Carter, our network management officer, has got prioritised lists. This is an area where we've been very successful over the years in getting road safety grant money, David and his team, responding to members' concerns for speed, for example, and also where we've had accident records. So there's been a lot of coloured surfacing. You see it around with these safety and speed reduction schemes, green surfacing, red surfacing, coloured roundels, and the high friction grip surfacing. Yeah. But of course, the budget hasn't increased over time, so it's very helpful to have some additional funding to help catch up with keeping those areas of high friction grip maintained. So it's not new locations, it's maintaining, it's extra money to increase the investment in maintaining those surfaces and coloured items where they've been put in already as part of the road safety scheme.
Right, and is it the same then for speed message signs? The locations have already been identified.
Yeah, we are on the speed signs. Again, a lot of these signs were put in with road safety schemes. We are focusing first of all on all those around schools. Members may be aware that Welsh Government have got the first phase of a move to a 20-mile-an-hour default speed limit across Wales, and so we don't want to be replacing fixed 30-mile-an-hour warning signs in areas which may change to 20. And anyway, obviously areas in schools are very important. So we're focusing at the moment. Our first priority is ensuring that all those warning signs that are in place around schools, they're all in tip-top condition and working, and that those pieces of equipment that are life expired are replaced. So that's our focus.
And is that the same then for bus shelter replacement? Have those been identified?
Bus shelters, there is Wayne Curtis is the officer who deals with that.
Yeah.
He's got a list on there. There are 528 bus shelters in the county borough, of which about 128 are the sort of advertising style ones. They're maintained by the advertiser in return for advertising rights. That leaves us with about 400 bus shelters. And after many years of austerity, there is 40,000 in the budget for day-to-day maintenance. So there's about £100 per bus shelter per year in the budget. So you can see, again, this is an area where there's some additional money allocated. So we're looking to allocate some of that money. You're talking in the region of £3,500 to £5,000 for a new bus shelter, depending on the type. And so, this money will provide in the order of 15 new bus shelters.
And will ward members then have to make a request if they need new bus shelters in their wards?
Well, this again will be for replacements for the old ones that are out there, because of this is where we need the additional capital to increase the investment in the maintenance of the ones we've got. So we've got a lot of poor quality bus shelters out there that need replacing, and I'm sure Wayne will have a list. I know Wayne's got a list, and this is one of those areas where if there were more money, I could spend more. If there were twice as much money available, I could invest it quite easily, Councillor.
So if there's any works to be carried out in councillors' wards regarding these things, will the ward members be informed?
Yes. What the ward members will be informed, either depending on who's looking after the programme by the relevant officer. So it's like the high friction grip surfacing will be dealt with by the network management team. So Ian Carter. The bus shelter programme comes under Wayne Curtis, so it will be Wayne who'd be informing members.
Well, thank you very much. Diolch.
Thank you. Is there any other questions from any members? I can't see, but I will now bring in the chair. Councillor Reynolds, you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to comment that I'm really pleased to see the work being done at the CAF in the Knoll and improvements around the reservoir. So it's good to see, and I hope that goes all according to plan. Thank you.
Councillor Griffiths? You're on mute.
Thank you, Chair. Perhaps at this time, as a committee, we could make our thanks known to our street scene operatives about all the hard work they've been doing during this period. They're understaffed and there is real pressure on them. So I think we should send our thanks to them from the Street Scene Committee through Mr. Roberts and Mr. Griffiths. And another thing I'm really pleased to hear is that we are taking on some more operatives on Monday or soon, which is good news. And I think we should be looking at taking more people on to alleviate all the work that's still got to be done. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you for that. Is there any other? I can't see any hand up. Well, before I go on to the recommendation from the chair, I would like to welcome this report today because I think it's good news again for us all. I now will go to the recommendation, page 29. Can I please have a proposer and a seconder for these recommendations?
I propose, Chair.
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you for that. So we support the recommendation to go to Cabinet. We will now move to the access meeting. Sorry, I could go on wrong. I did say I had an urgent item. We go on to our urgent items, but as I told you at the very beginning of the meeting, the committee have decided not to scrutinise any urgent items that we've got today, that we recommend that it goes to Cabinet. Item 8. We will now move to the access of the
Sorry, can I come in, please? Dave Griffiths has got his hand up and we need to go to item 6 on the scrutiny agenda, which is the forward work programme. If we deal with Dave first.
Item 6, forward work programme 21 to 22. The forward work programme for Norton. Chloe, do you have anything to add?
Thanks, Chair. As you said, the forward work programme is for Newton. Members have also decided that they would like to have a forward work programme workshop in October to facilitate the forward programme further for the rest of the year and 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. And as I said, for item 7, urgent items, we had one, but we've decided not to scrutinise it.
Chair, Dave Griffiths has got his hand up. Will you bring him in?
Yes.
Dave?
Right, Chloe?
Sorry, Chair. If you could just bear with me, there was one item that we would like to consider at this scrutiny committee as an urgent item. So my plea is whether you can consider that item today now. It's in relation to the COVID walk-in testing centre at Milland Road car park. Chloe?
Sorry, can I come in, Chair?
Yeah, Mr. I leave that to you, Chloe.
Yep. Dave, the Chair's just mentioned that they've received the title of the supplement of the report, the urgent report, and they decided not to scrutinise it, so it'll just go to Cabinet Board.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I beg your pardon, Chair. Sorry, my misunderstanding. Thank you.
It's quite all right. Is that all right, Mr. Griffiths?
Yes, thank you very much, Chair.
Chloe now. Has everybody gone, Chloe?
Yeah, you'll need to read the access to meetings paragraph, please.
Right.
It's on your briefing note.
Right. Are we clear? Right. We will now move to the access meeting, which is to resolve to exclude the public from the following items pursuant to the section 100A 4 and 5 of the Local Government Act 1972 and relating exempt paragraphs of Part 4 of the Schedule 12A to the above Act. Could I, please, well, they have gone, please ask the press and the public to leave. Right?